Hello, hello. Very excited today. I'm going to be doing the Global Good News Challenge with my dad for the very first time. These challenges have been going for 5 years and my dad has never done it before. So the format of the challenge is very simple. You just share your name, what you do or what you like to do, 3 things you're grateful for, and a piece of good news. And here's my beautiful dad. He's 87. He's very precious. Hey, Dad.
Hello.
Hello. Great to have you with us on the Good News Challenge.
Thank you.
Now, you're 87 years of age.
Yes.
And you've survived 4 heart attacks, prostate cancer, diabetes. How are you feeling
But
now?
I'm still alive and kicking.
You are. You're still alive and kicking. And there must be a secret to having a long, happy life. What's the secret?
First of all, a good family life. And
Yes.
secondly, not to use rubbish like smoking or getting drunk or using drugs and this sort of things. Of course, we have to look after our body, then our body will look after us.
Yes, you're amazing, Dad. You're absolutely amazing. Now, you were a civil engineer for many years, but nowadays, what do you like to do nowadays?
Well, nowadays, really, I'm a retired person. Of course, I have nothing to do with engineering anymore. But I need a little bit activity. For example, I go 2 days a week for Tai Chi and meditation. And sometimes when I can, I like to play a little bit table tennis. Other than that, of course, I like working a little bit in the garden. But unfortunately, my health doesn't allow me to work long hours. So anyway,
Yes.
I'm really happy.
Yeah, beautiful. And what are 3 things you're grateful for today? What are you grateful for?
Well, I'm faithful. First of all, my health at the moment is not going well, but I have an appointment in Prince Charles Hospital for a shock therapy on 19. I am hopeful that they will restore my heart and I will start living normal again. And of course, I'm very happy to live in Bribey Island because I consider myself that I am living in a heaven, really, because it's so beautiful. And of course,
Yes.
I am very happy my daughter comes to see me at least once a week. Otherwise, my wife is in the nursing home and I feel very lonely, really.
And what is some good news you can share today? Do you have some good news for us today?
Well, the good news, at the moment I have a good house, I have a car, I can still drive. My wife is in a nursing home, but they are looking after her very well. Of course, I'm thankful for all of these things, really.
Amazing. And we did an interview 2 years ago about the miracles of your life.
Yes.
Looking back at your life, is there some advice that you would give to your younger self or to people maybe who are at the start of their journey in their life? What advice would you give?
Well, first of all, even from my childhood, I always lived a clean life. I always tried very hard to build up my future. And I didn't do any naughty things at all, really. For example, today, freedom is something fantastic. We teach our children all about freedom, even from the age of 6. They take the freedom and sometimes they reject the responsibility. But these 2 things has to go hand by hand. And when we try so hard and somebody up there paved the way for us also, so we become successful.
Yes, and today I gave you a copy of Fear to Freedom, Series 1, the first book that I have done personally with Leanne Clune. We have 13 authors from around Australia, all about fear to freedom. So it's interesting that you say with freedom comes responsibility and with structure comes freedom as well. And you've always been someone who said to me, you've got to be organized, you've got to be disciplined.
Well, you have to be disciplined. You must have a target. You must plan and program your life and go for it. I mean, this makes you alive, and hope is one of the most important things in life. What they say, hope is poor man's bread.
Beautiful. And would you say you were always disciplined, or is it something you learned to be disciplined?
Well, when I was a kid, I wasn't so much disciplined, but when I entered the Yıldız Technical University in Istanbul. Most of my teachers studied in Hitler's Germany and the United States and so on. So there was a heavy discipline, and it was very heavy study. So I realized that unless I'm disciplined, unless I study really hard and do something, then I cannot be successful. So I did all these things. So from there on, I mean, being disciplined and being tidy, etc., is part of my life, really.
And it's something I've learned the hard way. And it's still a work in progress.
Punctuality is important.
Yes. That's a work in progress as well.
Yeah.
And we are going to go soon and see Mum in the nursing home. Anything else you want to share?
Well, at this stage, nothing really. I wish happiness to anyone who is watching us.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you, Dad. Thank you for being a Good News Crusader today.
Thank you for interviewing me.
And now I will do my Global Good News Challenge. That's my beautiful dad. That's really precious. Very, very grateful to have both my parents alive. Hey, Emma, good to see you. Both parents alive. It's the things we take for granted, right? Family, friends, the people that come into your life. They say people come for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And, I'm so grateful that my parents are alive, as much as it's been very challenging the last 7 months since Mum had a fall and she's now unable to walk, unfortunately. We've done all we can to get her up, and she's just not, even though her legs are fine, she broke her arm under the care of a carer on the 17th of December, a week before Christmas. And even though her arm has mostly recovered, her legs, she's still able to exercise her legs, but there's just so much fear around getting up. So we have, after 3 months in a hospital bed, and we brought her home, and then now she's had to go into a nursing home because it's just, they have all the equipment to be able to, hoist her up into a wheelchair, to put her in the shower, to take her around. We don't have any of that here at home, and it's a full-time job for 2-3 people to look after someone who's bedridden, and especially with dementia. So it's been really, really challenging. However, we always look at what we can be grateful for despite all of life's challenges, because we do know that life throws curveballs at any moment, and how we respond to those curveballs is really what matters, and how we choose to do life. So we are about to see Mum in the nursing home, and she is absolutely adorable. She's still very happy, and she's, one of the most beautiful people I know. And my dad, very precious. We've clashed a lot over the years, my dad and I, but now we have a fantastic relationship, and I'm so grateful for both of them. So my Good News Challenge today, hi, I'm Aldwyn, also known as the Media Queen. What I do is I help you be seen, heard and known amongst the noise through mass media exposure. 3 things I'm grateful for today. Of course, I'm grateful for my beautiful parents, for my family, for my friends, for my clients in my media business, for all of our authors in the Fear to Freedom book series, which we just launched in Sydney last week. We had a sold-out book launch in Sydney, and you can get a copy of the book if you join our Fear to Freedom Facebook group. Go in there, there'll be the Amazon links, and you can grab yourself a copy of the book. We are going to be doing a Queensland launch at some stage as well, so stay tuned for that. And my good news is tomorrow is Good News Day, the annual Good News Day, the 8th of the 8th. And this is something I started after 4 of my friends suicided. Actually, my 4th friend suicided in 2018, and I wanted to help promote more good news. Having worked in the media as a journalist for over 20 years, now having my media business for 20 years, I've seen a lot of negativity in the mainstream media. Growing up, watching the news, 2 hours of negative news every day, it literally does your head in if you believe everything you see in the mainstream media. It will skew your view of life. I do believe the yin yang of life. There's lots of light where there's darkness, and darkness where there's light. And what we see in the news is about 99% darkness. We see all the negative stuff, whereas really there's a lot of amazing things going on in the world, and what you choose to focus on will grow. And we've seen massive mental health epidemic happen, 4 times the suicide rates through COVID. We've seen, a lot of people depressed. 1 in 3 people have depression. And so this is a way, by joining the Global Good News Challenge, you can actually help to lift your energy and lift the energy of people around you. Now, all the details are at the top of the Global Good News Challenge Facebook page. You can check it out in my links. You'll see my links in my bio, linktr.ee/Aldwyn has all the details. And the other good news today is that it is a stunning day today. I've been connecting with the animals here at Bribie Island. Beautiful birds, the currawongs have been singing. We had a beautiful curlew that was hanging around outside the nursing home yesterday, which is interesting because curlews are all about, in the spiritual animal meaning, is curlews are around death and transformation, and someone did die at the nursing home yesterday. So it's interesting, this curlew was just hanging around out the front. Beautiful curlew, and I think there's a lot we can learn from animals, the stillness of animals, the presence of animals. Right now, like just all these rainbow lorikeets are flying up above. They're absolutely beautiful. And when was the last time you just made some time to connect with nature, with the beautiful world we live in? Despite all our humanness and all our dramas and all the things we can't control, there's so much that we can appreciate. And being alive, for one, you're 1 in a billion just by birth. You beat 1 billion swimmers to get to the finish line just by birth. And you are extraordinary. You're a miracle of life. There's a reason you're here on the planet. And I want to say, I love you. I appreciate you. And here's to more kindness and compassion for self and for others. Despite our differences of opinions, let's be less judgmental of ourselves and others, because they say hurt people, and healed people heal people. Okay, hurt people. So if you feel like you're hurting right now, if you're feeling like you're in a low spot, then where could you practice some more self-care for yourself? Where could you practice some more self-love? And this is why I do so much work on myself. I do so much personal development work, and I take time to spend in nature, to get grounded, to go to the beach, to do yoga, to have saunas, do all of that, because it helps keep me sane. It helps keep me grounded, despite everything that's going on in the world that I can't control, such as, family issues, aging family, etc. I think here's to, making the most of every precious moment, whoever you're with on the planet. And thank you to all of our Good News Crusaders as well, who've been doing the Global Good News Challenge. I appreciate you. I applaud you. And I know everyone I speak to who's done a Global Good News Challenge, they all say how good they feel after doing it. And you do. You feel amazing when you share gratitude. So what are you grateful for today? I invite you to share something in the chat of what you're grateful for today. And here's to more love, kindness, compassion in the world for self and others. Thank you so much for joining me today. We'll see you again tomorrow for day 8 of my 8-day Global Good News Challenge for August. You can start your challenge anytime in the month. However, tomorrow's going to be ultra special because it's our 8th annual Good News Day, the 8th of the 8th. Much love. See you then. Bye. See you.